Hi everyone, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your legal BFF, Girija Patel. I am here today to share with you how to make your logo yours. I know a lot of times we look to easy places to create our logos because a lot of times we just don't have that skill set and we want to make it easy and we want to make it quick because the idea is here and we want it in front of our faces like in the next split second. So I understand all of that. But what I also really understand is the brand value behind the brand that you are creating. So brand value is created by not just what services and products you're providing, but also the intellectual property that is behind your brand value. So today we are going to be talking about how to make your logo yours in this quick Law Chat 101 session. Now, before I begin, of course, I have to give my disclaimer that the information that I'm sharing is generic. It does not apply to any one particular industry or business. So it is for informational purposes only. So if you do need somebody who can work on your legal work or any other type of professional work, please reach out to those individuals. And one more thing before we get started. You are going to love this video like you do with all the other Law Chat 101s coming out there because I know they're super helpful information and they're quick tips for your business, whether it's business strategies or legal strategies. So I need a favor from you. I need you to go and subscribe, and I also need you to go and share this with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, with anybody that you believe will benefit it. So if you think putting it on your Instagram or putting it on your Facebook or LinkedIn is going to be super helpful to others, do that. Tag GBP Law, and I'd love to see those tags out there because I know that the only way others can see this information and hear this information is when all of this gets in the higher rankings, and you are absolutely instrumental in doing that. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in because this is made for you, and thank you so much for that. Okay, let's get started now. So how do we make our logo ours? A lot of times we go and we will, reach out to something like on Fiverr or another type of app that's out there or tool or resource that's out there that really just congregates all of the graphic designers and they can do this work for you. And sometimes it's great because they'll just come out really quickly and they'll kind of give you an idea and you'll get the idea. But really think about it for a second. When you are going to one of these websites, you are now signing up for their website. And whether you are reading the terms and conditions or not, but you need to, because those terms and conditions will tell you if you actually own that logo or whatever product that they are creating for you. And not only that, what is the terms and conditions between that individual and the person that is hosting them? So while it may not be of your purview or it may not be something that you've actually looked into, but it's definitely something you need to know about because ultimately when you're creating something like a logo or something that is absolutely identifying your brand, whether it is content or whether it is a type of, just the way a document is set up in your business and it's very particular to your business, that needs to be yours. It cannot be owned by somebody else, and you also don't want a license for it. You want to own it so you can freely use it whenever and however you want. So whenever you are going to other companies that are providing quick access to logos or providers, you want to make sure you're reading the terms and conditions on that. And even if you go to Canva or some other type of online tool like that, read the terms and conditions because there's only so much that license will give you, but it's a license at the end of the day. It's not ownership. And you want to own your logo. You want to own it at the end of the day. So read those terms and conditions when you're going to websites and service providers that are giving you access to mass graphic designers or access to graphic designing, and just make sure that you can actually own the product or the logo or whatever that you're creating, that you actually own it. So say you're now hiring somebody to actually create your logo. That's wonderful. That's probably the best way to go because you want to make sure that that logo is yours. Now you're going to have a contract between the person who is designing your logo and you. And that contract should be very clear as to who owns the intellectual property that is being created by this particular contractor. And so a lot of times, some of the key buzz clauses that you need to have in your contract is a made for hire clause, and also an assignment of rights clause. What happens is that when you have these clauses, basically it's saying that whatever this person is creating, that is yours. You have hired them to make this, and just in case, if whatever they're creating does not fall under the parameters of a made for hire clause, they're assigning everything right to you within the intellectual property as well. It is important for you to be very protective of your intellectual property. That not only goes directly to the value of your company and your business, but it also goes to something that if it is a high earning, revenue building, dollar making, at the end of the year, that's what is making or breaking your business, you need to protect it because you don't want to dilute it, you don't want it to be stolen, and you want others to know that it is important to you and it's important to your business. So, in a nutshell, the easiest way and the best way to make sure that that logo is yours is to have a person actually who is hired by you to design that logo on their own type of programming that they have. And you also want to make sure that that person has the right to give you all the stuff that they've used in the logo to you and to make it yours. And they have that right as well to share it with you and also to give you an assignment of that right. So there's a lot of little stuff, the little nuances that go into that contract, but you want to make sure that that contract is clear as day on who owns the intellectual property behind that logo. And it's clear as day that if there's anything out there that they do not own, but they're saying, they're verifying, they're guaranteeing that we are owning it, that we're not going to just give you something that we don't own, because you're trying to protect yourself from all angles. And that logo is something that is going to be taking you to different levels. It's going to be your brand identifier, and you just don't want it to be something that somebody else has and it just looks a slightly bit different. So go out there, find somebody who can create the vision that you have in your mind and can actually put it into something, and not something that's made mainstream or something that's easily accessible by anybody else, because then that's not a logo anymore, or you can't trademark it at that point. You can have a logo, but you can't trademark it, and it may not be a brand identifier. So tell me, was this helpful or not? Give me a thumbs up, go subscribe, and also stay tuned for more Law Chat 101s coming your way. And the only way to know that they're here is by subscribing. But also we have some amazing Law Chat interviews coming out with amazing entrepreneurs and industry leaders. So tune in to all of those and don't miss out. So go subscribe, go share the love, and I will catch you next time. Thank you.